Hi, I'm Matt Elwell of the Elite Closing Academy, and in this video we're going to look at how do you make sure your mindset is where it needs to be during this pandemic. Hi, I'm Matt Elwell of the Elite Closing Academy, and in this video we're going to look at the 3 key things that you can do to ensure your mindset is in the right place right now during this pandemic. Before I sort of go into mindset, I think the first thing you must do is check in on a few things. And the first thing you must check in, great question to ask yourself, is what assumptions might I be making right now that are either unhelpful or actually not true? A very powerful question. And I've got to be honest, in my trainings, I do an online training at the moment because of coronavirus. This is a question I ask in my online training. It's a question I ask to my academy members, like, what assumptions are you making that are unhelpful? Because all assumptions are unhelpful because they're based on a belief that may or may not be true. So you must check in on this. You also must check in on where you're getting your information from, whose opinions are you actually listening to, and where are those opinions coming from? Are they coming from a deep-rooted place of fear based on things that have gone on in the past, or a deep-rooted place of fear of the way they're choosing to see what may or may not happen in the future? Remember, the future isn't actually real. It doesn't exist. We can shape the future that's not real by what we're doing now. Of course, what you do now is a choice, and how you choose to think about what might possibly happen is a choice. So you can see possibilities and things that would go well in the future, or you can choose to see it like disaster. We're never going to come out of this virus. Everyone's going to go under, and it's just a simple choice. So make sure you're making the choice to see possibilities, opportunities, and have a can do. What can I possibly do to shape the future positively, as opposed to a what I can't do because it's all going to go wrong mindset. I think that's the first thing I want to say. And then the 3 things that I teach all the time are something called the 3 Ps: purposefulness, professionalism, and persistency. And again, if you write down the opposite of being purposeful, it's like not being purposeful, which kind of means what? It means that you are procrastinating, that you are not taking action, that you're useless, your actions are useless. So again, my advice, simple in this video, is write the word purposefulness down, or purposeful, and then think of 10 purposeful actions that you can take right now as an elite closer, as a salesperson within your organisation, to create an environment of opportunity. Write 10 actions down. And if you're struggling, write 10 things or 10 results that you got with the last 10 customers that you worked with before coronavirus. Get yourself in a purposeful mindset and go towards purposeful actions around those amazing results. It's so important. The second thing is, what does professional mean to you right now? You know, what is a professional level of activity? Remember, the harder you work now, the easier you'll create opportunities later. So the harder you sell now, by asking and sharing information and understanding people in your community, making written proposals, the easier closing will be later down the line. Selling is hard, closing is easy. So how hard are you prepared to work right now, professionally, in line with your business's values, in line with your own personal discipline? Being disciplined at the moment, my head of sales, Jack Duggan, and I speak daily. We role play together, and then he role plays with the team. Well, that's been really purposeful and professional. And by doing it daily, it's also been persistent, you see. So what can you incorporate into your day-to-day work as a salesperson that's going to really, during coronavirus, create an activity that's positive, purposeful, and professional? These are the thought processes you must have right now. Again, in my Elite Closing Academy Facebook community, I'm asking questions like this all the time. What can you do to be purposeful today? What level of professionalism can you bring? Here's being professional, following up. Who has got an outstanding estimate, quotation, proposal from a month ago, 2 months ago, January, February, March, that you haven't spoken to? because of coronavirus. Like, who can you follow up? So again, that's been purposeful, professional, and persistent. There's good examples all the time. Write down 10 actions when you show up as being professional. What are the 10 things that you believe are being an example of you being professional? Like, set yourself 10 standards every day that have professionalism running through the core, like being on time in the mornings, being disciplined. You're not in the office environment probably, so create your own mini environment, your own mini culture. Even if you're on your own, make sure that you've got set targets during the day. Whatever it is that you know needs to happen, so from a professional point of view, you can get the results that your bosses want, that you need, whatever your situation is. Write them down, set your standards and stick to them. That's called being professional. And the last one is persistent. Doing something again and again, repetition, and being persistent internally, as well as following up regularly and being persistent. There's two sides to this. There's persistency for you, the individual, the closer, the salesperson, the business. But what can you do regularly and often that's helpful, that's professional, that's purposeful, in order to create sales, clean up your pipeline, like lots of prospecting to your base. We've been given a gift of time as salespeople, as business owners, as humans in this coronavirus. We're not travelling about, so we've got more time, which is a gift. It's the most valuable thing on the planet, health and time. And now we've got that time back. So how persistent are you going to be in that time that you've been given back in your sales process, getting back to people, following up, chasing up old webinar attendees or business cards that have got dust on them? How persistent do you need to be to get results? So hopefully that helps you. And just remember the 3 Ps, which are an Elite Closing Academy core training. I teach it in my monthly 3-day training. I teach it in my academy. I talk about it on my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Instagram. This is something I talk about all the time. Being purposeful, professional, and persistent. They are critical for your mindset right here, right now. If you enjoyed that video, then please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ping the notification bell so you get the free training every single week, Tuesdays at 5, and be sure to check out the other videos